I don't know. I'm not going to negotiate. So, sir, you need to shut up.
Oh, you know,
We're moving.
Oh, I'll leave, but you don't know how bad she's suffering on their skin.
Mr. Zick. Questions?
You have a criminal history of more than one state, don't you?
I do.
Okay. Looks like you have problems on Truth 2012 and C, you pled guilty to false reports as a business exactly.
Yes.
Okay. And you had issues on probation because it looks like you were found in violation of probation and ended up doing 11 months. You remember that?
Yeah, so
Yes.
yes.
That looks like you have a paraphernalia conviction with Tennessee as well. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then it looks like in Tennessee as well. You were charged with a number of different things, but you pled guilty to an assault as a Class A misdemeanor. It looks like it's charged as a felony, so it's some sort of less included or something like that. You were on probation then, and shockingly, you tested positive for means of methamphetamine back when you were found in violation of the probation. Is that correct?
Correct.
And then in Shelby County, Indiana, it looks like it's like a C felony possession schedule 1, 2, 3, 4 controlled substance, and also theft. You remember that?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. And in fact, you did your probation so well, you were violated, and you ended up 20 months in the Department of Corrections because you violated probation. That's
Correct.
okay. But we see a pattern here of you being placed on probation, violating the agreement.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So it looks like you were identified guilty to possession of methamphetamine.
Okay.
Let's see. All jail in that case looks like 2015.
Yes.
And then you have a syringe conviction in
Look out
2019.
here.
And you got the benefit of AMS in that case. Is that right?
Yes.
And you're getting a benefit in this case. You actually had another case as part of this plea. Pleaded guilty. You got another case dismissed. Is that right?
Yes.
Yes, I did.
So by my calculations, let's see, you have criminal behavior convictions in 2 different states, right?
Yes.
You have at least 12 separate arrests for various things, correct?
Sounds about right.
Okay, at least 2 prior felony convictions and 6 prior misdemeanor convictions, correct?
Yeah.
You've been placed on probation 5 times and violated 3 of those probations, correct?
Correct.
You've been
That sounds like
incarcerated
me.
when you've had issues, because it looks like based on your PSI, you were placed on lockdown various times, various violations while you were incarcerated. Is that correct?
And there was one incident. Yeah.
And it looks like, based on your PSI, it was one of the things that you did. It looks like you were in school. You selling pills when you were in school or something like that.
In high school.
Yeah.
There was suspicion, but yes.
There may have been suspicion, maybe.
Yeah, it looks like you had the benefit of inpatient and outpatient supervision for your addiction. Is that correct?
Yes.
By my count, you've had inpatient supervision at least 4 times, outpatient supervision 8 times. Is that correct?
Correct.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Now, with addictions, a lot of times it's your own personal addiction. You'd agree with me in this case, your addiction put not just you at risk, but other people because you got a DUI. You should agree. I mean, you placed people, you were on the road driving impaired on substances.
Oh my
and whatnot.
God.
So you weren't just putting yourself at risk of behavior, but you're putting other drivers at
Right.
risk.
Yes. Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. That
And then
was
it looks
me.
like
I did that.
you had problems with your pretrial supervision, looking at different things. You didn't call them the lines, you had backtrack violations, and you haven't really been paying on your balance. Is that correct?
What is
Yeah.
It looks like you,
that?
at the time, I'm looking at, this was 6/17, 2025, at that time, you had $2,251, is that right?
Yes.
Yep, that's
So,
about
I mean,
it,
if you're
yeah.
not able to pay on pretrial supervision, you're not really able to pay any type of post-conviction supervision. Would that be a fair assessment?
No, I would make it work
I
somehow.
would
You haven't made it work so far,
I would make
Well,
it
right? So what makes you think you're gonna be able to change that?
Because once I get off this house arrest, I can kind of move forward in my life and get back to where I was making money, a good amount of money to be able to afford to pay.
Well, if you want to get off a house arrest, don't you think you should at least try to at least comply with the provisions of house arrest? So we can get off of it.
No,
I
don't
did
be
to the best of
stupid.
my ability.
And that hasn't really been that good, has it? That's really okay. I mean, and let me get this straight. You're wanting to go into addictions counseling at this point, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you think that you'd actually get effective in addictions counselor while you're actually being it? You're not, let's put it this way. You have a long criminal history. In this particular case, they found civilians in the car. You had another case, you had a DUI and whatnot. And yet you think, right at this point in your life, you can be a good counselor for people when you're actually
Fuck
still dealing with your
no.
addiction.
Fuck no.
Well, I'm always going to be
no.
dealing with my addiction, but I think by the time all this is said and done, I graduate, absolutely do believe I will be a great counselor.
Mark,
No.
you're in the program now to try to become a counselor.
Right. I got a year left. Yes.
If you don't think that doing these things would jeopardize your ability to be a counselor, I mean, you think that if this was that important, you wouldn't be doing it, right?
Well, yes, addiction is addiction. So, I mean, this will help me be better equipped to be a counselor. So,
While you're still addicted.
I did.
I'm always going to, like I said, I'm always going to have the addiction, but I'm not actively using. I know how to manage that.
Well, you would agree that I can speak about it for me.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay, you would agree with me that we went over criminal history. You really haven't stopped using from 2013, 2 different states to now, right? That's,
I mean, I've had 4 years clean.
I have no further questions, Judge.
The redirect, Mr. Jeffries.
Don't think so, Judge.
Any additional evidence?
No, you're.
All right. Any evidence from the state?
Let's start with
All right. You have a right of allocution. I mean, Samantha, I mean, you can tell me anything you want to tell me. You can't be cross-examined on. Is there anything you wish to tell me?
No, I think I can't say anything more.
Okay. All right. Argument from the state.
It's a very, very, very scary thing in the state that this individual at this time thinks that she's capable of doing counseling other people in regard to addictions. I would agree in principle that someone who has abused drugs, say alcohol and things like that, would be somebody that would be good to counsel people. But that's why we're not using, we're actually using. You know, let's say you're an alcoholic and recovering alcoholic and you've been sober for X number of years. She really hasn't stopped. I mean, Judge, she had 2 pending cases. She got the benefit of 1. She now is jeopardizing other people for behaviors by driving impaired. Now, I'm not saying in the future she wouldn't be affected, but right now it's a very scary thing. I don't think she has it under control. We know that you just look at her criminal history. Her criminal history should be considered as an aggravator. She's got history in 2 different states. She's obviously has issues telling the truth because she had a false reporting, and she did do very well on that because she ended up doing 11 months in jail on backup time. She had an aggravated assault, and it looks like that was with a lesser included that it looks like there was a UDS sample in that case, shockingly, and basically she violated on that. There was possession of a controlled substance and a deep element of that. She had a violation in that case of ADA, and shockingly, we guessed that violation. She did do 20 months back on it. She had a syringe case. She got a benefit in that case. She got AMS. She's gotten the benefits of probation supervision. She's gotten the benefits of AMS, it looks like in Tennessee and also in Indiana. And now look where we are. I mean, judges have obviously given her the benefit now. She's been in inpatient, outpatient 4 times, 8 times, whatever, over a total of 12 times. Obviously, that has to help because we're here. I mean, she talks this new game. She's a good talker. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm going to get this under control. At this point, her life isn't under control. I think we can safely say it's far from control. You know, because it's one thing if she's doing things with herself. When she gets out on the road, she jeopardizes your life, everybody's life. I think that should be very scary for the judge. She obviously can't do pretrial supervision. Well, regardless of the nature of the violation, she wasn't calling in the hotline. She hasn't paid the money. And she said, well, I'm going to give it, I'm going to be able to do that. If she can't do it before, Judge, what makes you think she's going to be able to do it after? I mean, all we're going to do basically, she's going to get what, a couple more $1,000 in the hole on this. So basically, she has what now, $2,800. She hasn't been able to pay. And she's like, well, I just need to get off home detention. If she can't even comply with the basis of pretrial supervision, what makes us think that she's going to be able to comply with anything else? She's also got the benefit. I mean, she got some huge consideration in this subject case because we could have gone forward on the other case, one or another. She's not a candidate for probation supervision based on her prior criminal history. Her criminal history certainly isn't that. The fact that she's had pretrial violations, whatever, shows she's not a good candidate for probation or for home detention. If she can't even do the home detention things, whatever, then why are we going to give her something less? She can't even comply with pretrial supervision. I mean, at this point, I think the only thing she's kind of basically, lack of a better word, acting in the corner. I mean, what more are you going to do with her? I mean, she says she's going to do something, but her actions speak louder than her words. We'd ask for an executed sentence. I think it's definitely warranted. I mean, when she's been given the benefit of probation numerous times, has done back up. She's got amphetamines, methamphetamines, and cyclobenzene. Cyclobenzene, deals with the muscles. I sometimes take that or whatever with, for a next step. You're sort of on the drive on it. She made the reason I bring that up. Well, that's prescription. Well, it doesn't matter if it's prescription. You should be driving with certain types of prescription drugs. The fact that she would actually say that shouldn't be concerned. Well, having prescription is not a defense for DUI. People have prescribed those all the time. You prescribe Ambien, you certainly want to be driving on that. But that's just so flippant about that. I think she deserves a jail sentence, Judge. I don't see any merit in giving her any type of further supervision. She's shown by her actions, not her words, that she won't comply with them, Judge.
This guy making all the hand gestures behind her is her husband. He's about to get vocal.
Thank you. Aggravating factors are your prior criminal history. There's the significance of it. I think that alone is enough. Mitigators are you pled guilty. Another aggravator, you had another case pending. So you had 2 cases pending. Mitigators are that you, I think, have shown general remorse. You do have a history of sobriety after, some of your issues, but you do keep relapsing too. So that's a bit of an aggravator. So I think the aggravators outweigh the mitigators. I'm hesitant to put you on probation, but I don't think you need additional incarceration. I mean, 20 months didn't fix you. I don't think this is the occasion where society's going to be better off if I lock you up for the time. So I'm going to put you on home detention for 545 days. I'm going to keep you on home detention. You're going to have an
Okay, she should be really freaking happy right now, right? Right? She should be so happy. She didn't get jail. She deserves jail. She didn't get jail. But no, here comes the total meltdown.
4 more days to do. You did post significant bonds. We're going to use some of that to knock down what you owe community corrections. And I get what you're saying. Val Vista is not going to hire you while on house arrest. And I understand that, but you got a job now. Work that job, do very well there now and make the money that you can now. I found where you did make some payments on another case under 1806 CM 523. You were truthful about that, but they were very, very limited payments, not tokens really. I expect much more than that. Right. So is this a 40-hour week job at Timber Creek?
Yes.
Asking for overtime, whatever it takes,
they just don't have time, okay. I get 40.
Fair enough. Well, then consider maybe even a second job, let's do this. And then the nice thing is after 105 more days, you're done. You have nothing to do with courts anymore as far as my court. No, I'm not putting you on probation. I'm just giving you 545 day sentence of home detention and you're done. Because I'm kind of with Mr. Zick on that. I don't want to go lesser at this point. I think you've earned the home detention just from as you said in the PSI, you went wild. And that wildness keeps popping up. I don't know what all the triggers are you do. It seems like you've got ways to cope with it. I worry a little bit about, is your coping going to be good enough, your coping skills? But, everybody's different. So, and I'm going to trust you on that because I don't want to run your life. That's not my job up here. But my job is try and protect the public. And I think locking you up and making you lose everything is not going to be conducive towards towards the safety of society. You screw up on home detention, we're going to know about it. I don't know. You had some hiccups there, but apparently, so you're in more or less in compliance. So she posted 2 bonds, 22,750. The 2,000 is going to go towards her pretrial fees. I'm going to order that. You're still going to go 800 and something for that. The 750 is going to apply towards your fines, fees, and costs. $189 in court costs, $200 countermeasure or DAFIC fee, and the balance of that will be for the public defender. This is PD case, right? Yeah.
There we go.
So whatever's left over from that 750 bond to go to that. She has credit plus 168. Yeah, she gets good time credit. Yeah, she does. So, all right. So you just continue as you are. You're going to be you're still in home detention. Report with your paperwork over to them. And then you've got roughly 104 days to do, and you'll be done. And you're completely done. Okay. So
I'm nervous about that because I do believe that my ankle monitor is causing the reaction of in my body.
I'm going to put you in custody. Talk to them about it. Yeah, I don't know. You can talk to them about it.
We've done everything to try to resolve it. That's all the courts think.
I could send you to jail if you want. So, okay. All right, have a seat. No, it's all executed. You're all executed on home detention. So,
And is it?
it's concurrent. It's concurrent. Yeah, it's concurrent. Yep. All right. So I don't know. I'm not going to negotiate. So, sir, you need to shut up.
You don't.
We're moving.
Oh, old lady, but you don't know how bad she's suffering when you're scared.
Have a seat. Right over here, please.
So she didn't get jail. She wants to be a drug counselor. She's constantly doing drugs. She's very, very upset and crying because she did not get jail. Her husband gets thrown out of court because she did not get jail. And she freaking deserves jail. All she does is break the law. And they put her on probation and community corrections, and she does not comply. So now she gets home arrest. And she's very upset about that. I would love to be locked in my home. No, can't go grocery shopping. I'm so sorry. I can't do it. Listen, if you made it this far to this video, it's 17 minutes in. Hit subscribe. I get judges like Riggins here. No one else gets. So make sure you subscribe to see more wild and crazy court cases. Thanks for coming out, guys. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Bye, Tina. Bye, Tina. Thank you.